doing, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you've noticed there hasn't been too many videos on lately, that's because I've literally been all over the world in the last few weeks, 4 different continents in 4 weeks. Man, it's been mental, it's been crazy, I've had a lot of fun, but your boy has also been absolutely exhausted. I was in England seeing family, I was in Georgia filming a show, I was in Vegas doing UFC 324. Some things to talk about there with Justin Gaethje, obviously beating Paddy Pimblett. He's going to fight Ilia Topuria because Ilia Topuria is back. And then I was in Sydney for Volkanovski when he beat Diego Lopes once again. And Volkanovski, by the way, just looked incredible. Diego Lopes wanting to go toe-to-toe, wanting to make it a brawl, a slugfest, whatever you want to call it. He just couldn't because of the superior movement, discipline, and just ability that Volkanovski had. So Volkanovski, congratulations on defending the belt. Who's going to be next for him? It's going to be Movsar. It's going to be Lerone. Whoever wins between those two, if indeed they are going to fight. If they're not, I don't know. Regardless, it's still going to be one of them. But that's not what today's video is all about. No. And it's not about that madness that went down in Russia. Because I tell you what, it was some madness. Let me just bring this up here. So this was doing the rounds on Twitter this morning. We had to talk about this one because, listen, mixed martial arts, it's a rough sport. But you don't go out there and bite people's ears off, right? This isn't Mike Tyson. This isn't boxing, okay?
There, he bites him there, you see.
But let's have a look at this. It's some Russian MMA promotion or Kazakhstani or something. I don't know. Russian, I think it is. So, they're going toe-to-toe. There's a body lock. They hit the canvas and then the fighter grabs his ear because look at that. He took a proper munch on him, man. He took a proper bite at the side of his ear. Half of his ear comes off, right? And then the crowd did not like it, and they go absolutely mental. Just check this out. It's worth watching. It really is. Look at that. There's the chair. There's beer flying everywhere. Right now, the guy's, he thinks he's okay, but then in a minute, this guy, the biter, he's running for his life. The crowd are not happy. Maybe they're fans or friends of the guy that got bitten or whatever, but look at him. He's trying to get out of there like his life depends on it, right? And he can't. And they are just going absolutely sick. He's on the walkway. He's falling all over. There goes another chair. Another fighter comes out from the back, gives him a little kick, and the guy that's had half of his ear bitten off, he's laughing his head off because, yeah, the guy got what he absolutely deserved. Anyway, as I said, the video's not about that. It is about, for the most part, Jon Jones and Ilia Topuria. And they both have the White House in common. Ilia Topuria, we know, the man's phenomenal. He took a little break away from the sport to clear up some personal matters, okay? Going through a divorce, very messy business. But that's settled. He's back and he's aiming the White House and he wants to fight Justin Gaethje and Justin Gaethje wants to fight him. Normal service has resumed because that's the way it's got to be, right? We know Justin Gaethje after he beat Paddy. Great fight, by the way. Shout out Paddy once again for showing the heart of an absolute goddamn lion. He was talking about taking on Charles Oliveira or taking on Max Holloway. Whoever wins in the BMF fight going down in the next pay-per-view, right? By the way, UFC's off to a strong start this year. We had the 2 pay-per-views back-to-back. Last night we had Mario Bautista taking on Vinicius Oliveira. Bautista looked phenomenal. Just beat him down, man. Didn't play the game of Vinicius Oliveira. Didn't stand and go toe-to-toe and allow the capoeira and the madness and the spinning kicks and all that kind of shit. No. Use good old-fashioned mixed martial arts. Put him down. Take him out. Got him in a crucifix. Vinicius Oliveira wobbles around, goes for a Kimura. He wobbles around to get out of it, uses the Kimura to take the back, chokes him out, and that was that, right? An absolutely fantastic display of mixed martial arts grappling, Mario Bautista. The man's phenomenal. Anyway, as is Ilia Topuria. Now, Ilia Topuria and his ex-wife, Georgina, I'm not even going to try and say that last name, have reached an agreement and the case is being dismissed. They have signed a settlement on terms Topuria originally offered. So fair play to Topuria. Ilia Topuria will return to training in his private home gym in Madrid and is aiming for a return at the White House in June. And of course, being the undisputed champion, he's going to take on the one and only highlight, Justin Gaethje, right? That fight needs to happen. If you are a champion and you're an interim champion, you're supposed to fight. Remember the madness that we had with Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. That went on for ages. Tom went off defending the interim belt against Curtis Blades. And then the fight never even materialised after Tom sat on the sidelines for quite some time. And now, as we know, Tom's still sitting on the sidelines because the poor guy has got to have eye surgery. So I hope everything goes well, Tom. I hope you get back in the cage as soon as possible. But as I've said before in other videos, you can't rush these things. So I don't know what's going to happen there. There is potential for another interim title, but I don't want to repeat myself from other videos. Let's stay on track. I've got ADD. I'm all over the place and I'm still goddamn jet lagged. But Jon Jones, speaking of him, there it is. I'm off on another tangent. Jon Jones has said that he's done. He said more than likely the man is done.
Bro, I want to see him go against Cormier and RAF. That's what I want to see.
I have severe arthritis. And most people don't know that. My left hip is covered in arthritis.
Now, we know he came out and he said he wants to fight at the White House. There was talks of Pereira versus Jon Jones at the White House, and I thought that was going to happen. Maybe not at the White House, because Dana said he needs guys that are dependable, and if you listen to all the rumours online, they offered Jon Jones $35 million or something crazy to fight Tom, and he still turned it down.
I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him.
After Dana went out there and defended him left, right and centre, put out videos that he's the greatest of all time and all this type of stuff, he still left him hanging high and dry, right? So I thought they're not going to do that at the White House, but Pereira versus Jones, maybe another numbered event, because remember, pay-per-views are dead, right? Unless you're in the UK. A lot of people are bitching about that, but hey, guys, listen, we've had a good run for a long time, and TNT Sports only charge for the odd occasional event. Anyway, whatever. But Jon Jones has said he's retired, okay? That's it. Right, and because he met a fighter who couldn't even remember his last name, and he didn't want to be that, and he's far away from that. And you know what? Fair play. If this is the end of the road for Jon Jones, then we've got to tip our cap and say congratulations on a phenomenal career, right? There's lots of things you can talk about, of course, outside of the Octagon, but what the man did inside of the Octagon, I mean, it was phenomenal. The run that he had at light heavyweight and the way that he took out Cyril Gane to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And then the defence against Stipe Miocic, I mean, he made both of those fights look easy. And then when you see Cyril versus Tom, what went down in Abu Dhabi, that was shaping up to be a great fight, right? Anyway, Jon Jones, if you walk away from this sport and that is that, and we never get to see you in the Octagon with the 4-ounce gloves on ever again, fair play. Boom. Bon voyage. Now, Ilia Topuria is back. Thank God, right? I thought we were going to have another similar shit show in the lightweight division, but we're not. Ilia's back, and you know Ilia ain't scared of no one. Yes, he wanted to fight Islam Makhachev at 170 pounds. And yes, there's Arman Tsarukyan out there. That deserves a shot. Let's be right. He deserves a shot, but it doesn't matter because there's an interim champion. Now, Arman Tsarukyan might be the champion one day because he really is that guy. But right now it's Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. And tell me you don't want to see those two throw down. Tell me you don't want to see how Justin would fare against Ilia Topuria. To be fair, Ilia, less miles on the clock, less wear and tear. The man's in his prime. He is not even mentioning retirement. He's talking about going up to 170 and taking out the champ there.
It would be much better for me to fight him in 170. And I will beat him and get the third title.
The man wants to go down in the history of the sport. He wants to be a legend. He wants to be the greatest fighter the sport's ever seen. And he just might bloody well do that because the punch power is ridiculous. The reflexes are ridiculous and the man is fresh, okay? As a daisy. He's got no injuries. He's had no surgeries. He's got no divorce trouble. He's got no distractions mentally. And he's coming back. And I'm guaranteeing you the Michael Bisping seal of approval. And I have no inside information whatsoever, but there's a good chance, I'm saying I guarantee, there's a really good chance that this will be the main event at the White House. And tell me, do they get much better than that? To be fair, I thought we might see Pereira versus Cyril Gane for an interim title. And we might still see that yet. But anyway, I've got a Super Bowl party to go to. Will not be drinking. I'm on the wagon. I've done a little bit too much of that lately.
Are you intoxicated?
So your boy's going to be nice and fresh going forward. Videos will be dropping every single day. So, you know, swing by the channel, do that little subscribe stuff. And thanks for watching. I will see you soon. I got to go. Take care.